What's going on, guys? Listen, let me start this video with I love Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, there is nothing I take pleasure in than touching another sweaty man intimately and rolling around with him while he tries to choke me and I try to choke him. And I mean, there's just no greater pleasure. That being said, there are a lot of things in Jiu-Jitsu that need to be called out. And starting with number one is creepy Jiu-Jitsu, Epstein time Jiu-Jitsu. You know what I'm talking about? The guys who, some child class girl, she comes in, she's very scared because, it's a bunch of dudes in there because, we're a bunch of meatheads. And the first thing she gets after she just, probably has the shock of a lifetime after seeing that men enjoy touching each other so much is a message on her phone. And it reads something like this. Hold on, I got the transcript. Hey, nice time rolling with you. We should hang out. We should roll some more. Winky face smiling emoji. My brothers and sisters in the court, what are we doing? This is a travesty. This has to be put to bed, okay? A woman comes in, she tries her hardest to do something she's not particularly comfortable with, and the first thing you guys do, you guys send some bullshit like that. Not only do you guys send some bullshit like that, we've got a lot of coaches out here who find no problem with doing these things. I mean, right now there are so many different coaches that are getting exposed for, you know, coming out and doing things to women, and we've got our savior, Craig Jones coming out here exposing everyone, exposing Gordon Ryan, exposing all these Brazilian freaks of nature, these little perverts, you know. I mean, Craig Jones, never won anything, but still the GOAT. I mean, Craig Jones, I mean, he's exposing people left and right. He's taking them down. He's smashing them. He's passing guard, whatever you want to call it. I mean, he's just putting belt to ass or balls to face, whatever Craig Jones prefers, I guess. You know, Next thing we got to stop doing. First of all, making students clean the mats. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, come on now. I mean, this is a respect to the mat. Da, 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 da. No, no, there's no respect going on. What this is you are paying to do a sport. This is not a country club or you just come in and hang out. This is one thing if you go down to a rec center or whatever and there's some guys shooting pool, smoking cigarettes, and they just leave the balls everywhere and they leave their sticks just laying about and they just they leave the triangle little thing just on the ground. They don't care. They didn't hang it back up underneath the table. None of that, man. This is a whole different thing. You are an adult male, probably, working your 9 to 5. You come home, you get showered or whatever, you get your stuff together, and you go to this thing that you pay for, that you are being paid to sorry, you're not being paid. You are paying to have someone teach to you. This is a learning experience. This is not some sort of old school mysticism, respect to the mat, respect to this. It's like, no, there's no respect here. This is a business. They are profiting off of you. They are profiting off of me. You should not be expected to do extra labor for what? Are your gym memberships going to get comped? No. I mean, it's one thing if a guy has an employee who comes in, after class, he's there every day, he helps with the kids' class, and, he cleans the mats and his gym membership gets comped, or it's some kid, he's working like 20 hours, 30 hours a week, he's getting paid, and this is his job, he's answering the phone, scheduling trial classes, whatever. That's one thing, but to expect fully grown men to, and your students to clean the mat after you are ass raping them with these prices is absolutely absurd. This, I think, is one of the stupidest things that is still around in the jujitsu culture. You can give me a million different explanations for why, but I just see it as you're taking advantage of people. Okay, next thing up is gatekeeping things from lower belts. This is one of the stupidest things you can ever do. I mean, this is just an asshole move. Somebody, they get caught with an armbar, they get this, the Kimura, whatever, and they ask you for help. And I understand if you're busy, you're like, oh, I can't help you, I gotta go, or, whatever. But to say like, "Oh, just get good, don't be there." Well, a lot of these people, they don't know how to be good. They don't know how to get good. This is a cooperative learning experience for everybody. And what do you think is going to happen? Oh, you're going to teach somebody where to put their arms when they're in half guard and, put their head up to the chest, grab an underhook, push the knee, then you can pass. And that's what? That's gonna stop them? That's gonna stop you from beating them? If that stops you from beating them, you suck. You absolutely suck. You're terrible. You've been training what, 5, 7 years? Almost said 6. I won't get into that. And you think that you're gonna teach somebody something and they're just gonna be able to beat you? You suck. You got nothing else in your arsenal? You suck. Screw you. I mean, it's just one of the worst things you can possibly do is just come out here and say, you know what, fuck you. I'm gonna keep being shitty. I'm gonna keep being a tard, whatever. That's the thing. Not washing your gi. Bro, wash your fucking gi, okay? You don't know how to wash it. You saw, oh, you can't use detergent. How do I wash it? Here's how you do it. You turn it inside out, you put it in a thing, you make sure it's on a low rest cycle. You take it out and you air dry it. Yeah, guess what? You're gonna air dry it. And if you have to use the washing machine, you want to make sure there's no heat going in it. You want a low heat, low spin cycle. You want it to be very gentle on it because the fabric is sensitive. Despite you probably paying $300 for just the gi, guess what? It's very expensive. And it sucks. The gi sucks. Okay? There's a reason everybody's doing no gi. It's because it sucks. No, it doesn't suck, but it's a shitty fabric they make them out of. Probably the one you buy from your gym probably sucks. It doesn't last long. It really sucks. Number 5, the number thing that really sucks the most is not letting white belts roll. I don't know what this is. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu does this. I think they still do this to the day. They don't let white belts roll. And how do you expect somebody to get good if they don't roll? I think blue belts that got blue belt and they never rolled at like a Gracie Academy, I think they can't handle rolling against probably an athletic white belt who's maybe got 4 stripes about to be blue belt. They probably can't beat a 3-stripe white belt who's been in there, been in the trenches, been getting smashed, has creative ways of escaping, side control, whatever, right? I mean, getting smashed, getting hurt, it's kind of part of the sport. And I understand if a guy, he didn't wrestle, he didn't do judo, he didn't do nothing, and then he wants to roll. I would say gatekeep him from that for about 4 weeks, give him a little bit of a time to learn what guard is, learn some basic submissions, learn that what you're supposed to do, you know, stuff like that. I mean, that's okay. That's okay. But like to bar somebody for years to of not rolling, I mean, that is just ridiculous. If your gym does that, I mean, you gotta find another gym buddy. I mean, they're everywhere. They're popping up everywhere. Number 6, putting these gyms in the most crackhead locations you can ever experience. My first gym, it was a great place. Everybody there was cool. The gym owner was really nice. He was really cool. But his gym was above a like laundromat and it was above a tats office and then right next to it was like a barber shop and it's like what are we doing? You're putting these places in the most random places ever and then and then wondering why karate and taekwondo are still in business. It's because they look nice, their area is good, they don't just set up shop wherever. I understand you're a small business owner, you're looking to cut costs, but what you're really losing out is the appeal. I mean, sure, jujitsu is only going to appeal to people that really want to learn something rather than some guy who wants to do karate and just wants to chill out and just do a couple techniques or whatever, strike at air. Sure, right? The children market, that is a market, not some Epstein crap here, but that is a market where you can get, a lot of business, but putting these places in just the most random places ever, this sucks. It absolutely sucks. I don't see any purpose for it. And I understand that if you can't afford it, sure, you got to put up in crackhead places. That's okay. But why are all these businesses, they're always connected to a bunch of different like yoga shops and tats offices and just random crap. It's like, I don't know. It's something to where I really think in the long run, a lot of these guys would be much more profitable if they just set up shop in a nice looking area that's, maybe it's not the highest level of building, but it's, the area's clean, it's a separate building. I think in the long run, you would get a lot more customers. And number seven, knees on the ground rolling. What even is this? What knees on the ground rolling is if you want to wrestle or you want to be on top, it's literally who decides it. Who wants to play bottom? Who wants to be top? And if neither of you want to do that, then it just comes down to who can grab your arm. Who can grab your arm and, do a little wrist lock and then you're stuck there. Sure. Sometimes you can grab an underhook, grab their arm, push them to the ground, and that's how you can get it. But a lot of time you'll get collar tie to collar tie, and then you're just stuck. You're just stuck. Maybe you can shove their arm a little bit with the, over, putting your inside of your elbow to their arm and pushing them off. Maybe you can get that, but a lot of the time it's just like who wants to play bottom, who wants to play top. There's no you're not learning any kind of techniques standing up, and you'll see this in guys who really haven't rolled a lot standing up. I mean, they just have a really hard time taking you down. I understand that it's because a lot of these mats are small and there's a lot of students, and uh, the best solution for this, I would say, is do hybrid training where if it's a bunch of people, we're doing knees on mat, but if it's a smaller class, we're doing like roles where people are standing and then there's a bunch of people sitting out and then that's people go in and the other people sit out. I think that's the best way to do it. These are just some of my gripes I wanted to talk about, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.